Hello, you Tubians. I'm back. I got a lot of good feedback on the last video, and I thought I'd share another video with you guys. But this one's not going to be as much about OCD as much about. It's going to be more other stuff that I've also overcome. Uh, Mainly anxiety, depression, self-esteem, and social anxiety. Depression is not as much, but I know how it works, so I'll share my views on that as well. First things, uh, social anxiety. This is something is normal. Everyone experiences it, but a lot of people with anxiety disorders, social anxiety is a lot more severe. So basically, to overcome social anxiety, you need exposure. I do something that's called pickup. Basically, you it's it's basically the art of talking to girls and like just getting just improving your skills with women basically, and part of that involves approaches, and that helped my social anxiety a lot. And also just doing whatever you feel like, that's something I do as well. Basically, when you find yourself in a social situation, monitor your thoughts. Uh, if And when you think something like, "Oh, I'm not gonna say that. That's stupid. What if they think this? What if they think that?" Just stop yourself. Be like, "Well, there's a chance that they're gonna think that, but most likely they might find it funny, and if they laugh at me, who cares? It's a learning experience, right? The only way you get over something, or the only way you get over your fear, is sometimes through failure, but just letting it make you anxious, and then your body kind of realizes, right? Um, Depression. It's kind of depression and low self-esteem. They kind of a lot of times they go with social anxiety. Let me talk first about depression. Uh, Depression is basically you feel crappy for no reason really. You think negative thoughts about yourself, about the world the whole time. Everyone gets depressed once in a while. Personally, I've never had a bad bout with depression, but I know the logistics of it, and I have friends with chronic depressive disorder. And basically, you just have to train your brain to think differently. You have If you are depressed, you are in a thinking pattern where you constantly think negative thoughts. Uh, and a lot of times it's constant. So how to get over it? When you notice yourself thinking a negative thought, you replace it with a positive thought. If you think, I got 60 on this test, and I'll just make this up on the spot, by the way. I got 60 on this test. Now my average is gonna be down. I'm such a terrible person for getting this. I suck. If you notice yourself thinking something like that, then say, well, 60's not that bad. I still have a chance to improve, and actually I'm a pretty great person for making it this far when a lot of people don't. And just kind of like on the fly, just correct your thoughts. And just throughout the day, just remind yourself, hey, I'm a pretty awesome person. Because, like the way I'm describing, this is part of CBT, or cognitive behavior therapy. If your thoughts, actions, and how you feel, those three things, they're all interrelated. So how you think and how you act is going to change how you feel. And what CBT says is that you can't directly change how you feel, but you can change how you act and how you think. So thinking, you change that, then eventually with time you're going to start feeling better and better. And that's how you get over depression. So I hope that helps for anyone who's watching this and who has depression. Self-esteem, it's a similar thing. It's if you have a low self-esteem, it's basically you think little of yourself, you think you're worth less than other people, and that's also irrational. And it's something that a large percent of the population has. Like they think they're worth less than other people. And once again, like social anxiety, you get over this through exposure. Just putting yourself in social situations where you are forced to get through it, and that's part of it. Also similar to depression, you just change your thinking. Uh, you you say yourself, I don't know. So you think something like, uh, I was below the class average for this test, therefore I'm worth less. Then you say, no, it's just one test, and my marks does not indicate me or my worth as a person. And you just keep going on like that. Also, thinking in shades of gray versus thinking in black and white. That's another thing. Everything I've discussed so far, thinking in shades of gray basically means, well, thinking in black and white. Let's talk about that first. Thinking about in black and white is basically, it's either this or it's wrong. So basically, uh, I hate to bring up school again, but I just finished like 2 days ago, so that's still what's on my mind. But say either I get 80 or I fail. So thinking like that, that's not good. Like, it kind of puts a lot of pressure on you, and basically it can be involved in any aspect of your life. So thinking in shades of gray, basically instead of thinking if I don't get 80, I fail and I'm gonna feel miserable. Then you think, well, 75 would still be decent. It's not 5%'s not that much, and even 70, I'd be okay with that. Obviously, 80% is the goal, but you don't always reach your goals. So as close as 80, if you're close to 80, is also fine. You know, and it kind of, if you reach your goal, you still feel good. But if you don't reach your goal, then you know it's okay. But you know you're still gonna try hard, and there's really no reason to think in black and white, really. So I don't really have that much to talk about anymore. This video's already been 7 minutes, so I'm gonna leave it at this. Hopefully this helped people, and give me some more feedback. Alright, great talking to you guys. Bye.